Hello, my lovely people. As you know how we've been doing it, it's your host again, Smart, and I'm here to bring you the latest and most valid updates from the world of football. We don't just bring news, we bring the real updates for our people. So let's kick straight off with the English Premier League, where three major matches grabbed the headlines. Chelsea were 2 goals up and cruising, but somehow allowed that lead to slip. From control to chaos, they bottled a 2-goal advantage and ended up settling for a draw. A game they should have won turned into dropped points, and that could cost them later in the season. Manchester United, coming in with 4 straight wins, were looking to make it 5 away at West Ham. It wasn't easy. In fact, they were behind for most of the game. But deep into stoppage time, in the 90+6 minute, Sesko found the equalizer to rescue a point. It keeps the run alive, but it feels like 2 points lost rather than 1 gained. Tottenham Hotspur, unpredictable as always, hosted Newcastle and lost 2-1. Spurs now sit 16th on the table, just 5 points above the drop zone. That is serious pressure building in North London. And as we look ahead, Manchester City take on Fulham with a chance to close the gap to 3 points before Arsenal play tomorrow. Liverpool travel away to Sunderland, knowing Chelsea and United both dropped points. They are just 5 behind Chelsea and 6 behind United, so maximum points are a must. But Sunderland at home have been strong, barely losing on their own turf this season. Liverpool will have to exceed expectations to take all 3 points. Aston Villa also host Brighton, needing a response after their last outing. They are only 2 points ahead of Manchester, so a win pushes that cushion to 5. Lose and the pressure intensifies. And remember, Arsenal play tomorrow, closely watching what happens in the City game tonight. Every Arsenal fan will be monitoring that result carefully as the title race continues to tighten. We always bring you the real updates, and fresh news has just dropped. Wayne Rooney has revealed that only 2 current Arsenal players would have made it into his legendary Manchester United side under Sir Alex Ferguson. According to Rooney, the only 2 who meet that elite standard are Declan Rice and Jurrien Timber. Rooney believes Rice's leadership and consistency, combined with Timber's versatility, are the only profiles strong enough for Ferguson's machine. Speaking of United, there's another developing story involving Marcus Rashford and Barcelona. Manchester United are holding firm on a $30 million fee as Barcelona weigh up a permanent deal for Marcus Rashford. United are refusing to lower the price. No discounts, no negotiations below that valuation for his Premier League pedigree. Barcelona are considering the structure carefully, but United are making it clear that they will not be pressured. Tottenham's struggles continue after losing to Newcastle, and the pressure is mounting on their head coach. With Spurs sitting 16th in the league and just 5 points above the drop zone, questions are being asked. Results dictate narratives in football, and right now the narrative is not in Tottenham's favor. Every fixture feels like a must respond. But Thomas Frank is 1000% convinced he will stay, but I'm not sure the fans are convinced. Chelsea fans are now asking questions about the job, and a little doubt is starting to unfold about Liam Rosnier's appointment. It is always like that with the big clubs. Their fans always want results. Results like the Leeds game will always come with pressure, as Chelsea squandered a 2-goal lead against Leeds United. At 2-0 up, many expected the game to be finished, but Leeds showed resilience and fought back to claim a point. That kind of collapse raises questions about concentration and game management, especially for a side pushing for consistency at the top end of the table. Across Europe, another surprising development saw Roberto De Zerbi depart Marseille following a heavy defeat to Paris Saint-Germain. Many believed he was building something competitive there, which makes the timing of his exit even more shocking. Football can change direction instantly, and decisions often arrive without warning signs. In Italy, attention turns to Antonio Conte and his Napoli side. Despite injuries disrupting momentum, Conte is still keeping his team competitive in the title conversation. Even after a recent penalty defeat to Como, the bigger picture shows resilience. Como, under Cesc Fabregas, have been one of the most improved teams this season. Fabregas is building something structured and ambitious, and their performances suggest they are not just surviving, but evolving. If this trajectory continues, European qualification is not impossible for a club like Como. The way Como are playing, with tactical clarity and confidence, reflects strong leadership from the touchline. Football always finds ways to surprise us, whether through transfer negotiations, managerial pressure, unexpected comebacks, or emerging projects like Como's rise. That is why we stay locked in. As always, keep your opinions coming, because the conversations around these stories are only just beginning, and we'll continue tracking every major development as it unfolds across Europe's biggest leagues. Hello family, this is breaking news and it is genuinely shocking. I was in the process of preparing my video, had not even posted it yet, and suddenly the notification dropped. Thomas Frank has been sacked. Yes, the same Thomas Frank who only recently seemed confident about his position. Earlier I mentioned that I was not sure the fans were fully convinced by the direction of the team, even if he himself projected belief that he would remain in charge. It turns out it was not just the supporters with doubts. The board clearly were not convinced either. Before I could even upload my breakdown updates, the situation had completely changed. That is the reality of football management. It rarely waits for your narrative. The game decides its own storyline, often without warning. What makes this even more striking is the contrast with Brentford, the club he managed before moving to Tottenham. Brentford are currently sitting 7th in the league table, level on points with Liverpool. Meanwhile, Tottenham are down in 16th position. Frank was appointed to elevate Spurs, to stabilize them, to push them forward. Instead, the team he left behind appears to be progressing more effectively than the one he joined. When a club with Tottenham's ambitions finds itself that close to the drop zone, pressure becomes unavoidable. Sitting 16th is not sustainable for a manager expected to compete higher up. So while the timing may feel dramatic, the warning signs were visible. Results shape decisions, and poor form rarely goes unpunished at this level. In truth, many observers sensed that this outcome was approaching. Football can be ruthless, but it is also consistent in one way. Performance determines survival. As always, we are here to keep you updated as the story develops and as Tottenham begin the search for their next direction. Meanwhile, Tottenham are reportedly setting their sights on a major attacking reinforcement. Spurs are said to be preparing a potential £100 million bid for Hendrick following his explosive performances at Lyon. His recent form has caught attention across Europe. In just a handful of appearances, he has demonstrated pace, composure, and a clinical edge that fits the profile of a modern forward. Tottenham's interest reflects ambition, especially as they look to reshape their squad and respond to current league struggles. Big investment signals intent, but such moves also carry pressure. Spending that level of money means expectations rise immediately. It will be interesting to see whether negotiations advance or remain speculative. Across Spain, Barcelona continue monitoring Alessandro Bastoni despite complications surrounding a potential move. The defender's situation remains uncertain, but Barcelona are not backing away from tracking the opportunity. Defensive stability has been a focus in their planning, and Bastoni's profile fits their long-term vision. Transfer windows are often shaped by patience as much as urgency, and Barcelona appear willing to wait for the right circumstances. As always, the market remains dynamic, and situations can shift quickly. Stay locked in because developments across England and Spain are moving fast, and we will keep breaking them down as they unfold. Now, as we move away from the Premier League, let's head to Spain and the Copa del Rey. Today we have Athletic Club facing Real Sociedad in the first leg of their semi-final clash, a fierce Basque derby that always delivers intensity. Then tomorrow, Barcelona travel to Atletico Madrid for another huge first-leg encounter. Spanish football is heating up at just the right time of the season. Speaking of Barcelona, there was brief panic among fans when news broke that Joan Laporta had resigned. But let's clear that up. This is not a crisis. Under club regulations, a sitting president must step down ahead of elections to be eligible to contest again. So Laporta stepping aside is procedural, not dramatic. He hands temporary control to a board member and can run again properly. Considering the rebuild he has overseen and the progress Barcelona have made from where they were financially and competitively, many fans actually want continuity. There is no need for panic, it's simply structure and governance at work. And finally, one of the most entertaining side stories from football this week involved a Manchester United fan who went viral. He promised he would cut his hair only if United won 5 games in a row. With 4 straight victories secured, everyone tuned into his live stream during the West Ham match, waiting to see if he would finally go bald. The tension was real, but United only managed a draw, meaning the haircut challenge survives for now. It just shows how football brings people together in unexpected ways. Fans were watching, commenting, rooting not just for points, but for a hairstyle decision. That's the beauty of the game. As always, this is your sports studio, Smart Sports Studio. We bring you the updates, and your opinions are always welcome. Drop your thoughts in the comments section, subscribe, follow, and stay locked in. Because as more midweek action unfolds and weekend fixtures approach, we'll be right here to break it all down for you.